What's up, everyone? My name is Adam McDormand, and this is Medium Quality. I know it's been a long time since I've talked about any vinyl records, and I've really been missing it. So what we're going to do this episode is do a vinyl record haul. I'm going to dig through a couple of things that I've gotten in the past month or so that have just been sitting in my new arrivals bin and show off some of the cool stuff that I've been listening to lately. First up, I have this Jacogardner record. It's called Hypnophobia. This is a really cool kind of psychedelic rock record that I discovered a while back. This has actually been in my new arrivals bin for months, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and give it a really thorough listen. I've heard quite a few of the tracks on there, and I do like it quite a bit. And one of the cool things about this particular pressing from Polyvinyl Records is that this album is pressed on red vinyl. It's a very clean-looking, solid red with just this splash of black. And I think it looks as cool as it sounds. Really cool record. Hoping to spend some more time with this pretty soon because I do actually like it quite a bit. Next up, an album that my friend Russ over at Mama's Records found, and that is Jean-Luc Ponty's Cantaloupe Island. Now this is from the Blue Note reissue series, and if you're a vinyl record person, you know that Blue Note is pretty much always synonymous with quality. This is a guy who is notable for being a jazz fusion violinist. As it says on the front here, he's worked with Frank Zappa and other members of the Mothers of Invention. From what I've heard of this so far, it does lean a little more to the jazz side rather than being more progressive or fusion oriented. But that's really cool because it's a little bit different than some of the stuff that he was doing later on. And the cool thing about this is that it is a double LP. Like I said, it is a reissue of two previous releases on Pacific Jazz. So I'm definitely looking forward to spending a little more time with this because I think it's a really cool record. Another thing that Russ at Mama's Records found for me is this thing. It's called Ring by the Gary Burton Quintet. Now, this is jazz fusion also, but leans way more toward the fusion side. So much so that Russ heard it and thought, wow, this is garbage, but exactly the kind of garbage that Adam would like. So he threw it my way, and I gave it a listen today. And I don't know what this guy's talking about because I actually do really like this. It's I get why someone would think this is a little on the cheesy side, but I think it's really cool. Yeah. Cool record. I just snagged yesterday at Double Nickels, which is a local collective of smaller record dealers in Tempe, Arizona. That's a very cool spot. They always have really interesting things. And I found this Yes Live bootleg called In the Round. Now this is, according to the back, a live recording of a concert from October 16th, 1978. Now, if you're a Yes fan, you know that means this is right around the time of the release of Tormato, which is actually one of the most disliked classic Yes albums. As with any bootleg, this is obviously not officially sanctioned. It's a recording of a concert that wasn't, officially mixed and mastered and released for retail distribution. But in spite of that, it is a really good sounding concert from what I've heard. This is a double LP as well, so you get an entire Yes concert in live format. Really cool. Definitely going to be spending some more time with this one as well. Just a couple more things on the stack here. Mike Adams at his honest weight. Best of Boiler Room Classics. Now, this is something I stumbled across when I was at Double Nickels yesterday. Just happened to find this in their new arrivals bin and immediately recognized Mike Adams, who was the front man for a Indiana-based indie rock band called Husband and Wife, which is one of my favorite kind of Midwestern indie rock bands. I sort of know this guy. I mean, my old band played a bunch of shows with Husband and Wife back in the day, and I've talked to Mike on a couple of occasions. This is the first time I've ever really sat down and listened to one of his solo albums. A little bit different, a little more focused on, singer-songwriter stylings, as opposed to the Midwestern kind of indie emo thing that Husband and Wife was doing. Cool thing about this release is that it is pressed to this kind of marbly blue vinyl. Really cool. As you know, I'm a big sucker for colored vinyl. Last but not least, something that I've really, really been enjoying over the past couple of weeks, the Snatcher Soundtrack from Ship to Shore Records. This is a vinyl released soundtrack of a Sega CD adventure game called Snatcher, obviously. I played Snatcher for the first time like a year ago and really, really enjoyed the whole experience. The music was really good. And when I heard about this being released through a retro video game podcast called Retronauts, I got really excited. I really, really enjoy it. The cool thing about this album is that it features a mixture of kind of your classic 16-bit chiptunes, but also some kind of live recordings as well. But it does so in a way that is really natural sounding, and the songs fit together, which is really unique. Because you would think that if you mix together chiptunes and live music, it's going to sound really jarring and the songs aren't going to fit together. But they actually really, really do. And what's even better about this release is the pressing itself, which is this really nice red with a black splatter. Double LP, so quite a bit of music here to listen to, but it's really, really good. I've loved listening to this. It's probably been the thing I've listened to most on the old turntable in the past couple of weeks. For some reason, I can only assume it was an accident. Ship to Shore sent me another copy of this. This is actually still in the shrink, but it's a different colored pressing of this album, which I haven't opened yet. Maybe, just maybe, I'll do a giveaway of this later this summer. So yeah, that's the stuff that I've been really into from my new arrivals bin in mid-May to early June. If you want to see more detailed, in-depth reviews of any of those vinyl records, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more vinyl record hauls or albums from my new arrivals bin, please feel free to subscribe. And until next time, what a time to be alive.